Hello and welcome to the Rascals Lounge podcast. Before we start, I need 90 seconds of your time and inform you about the disclaimer. The opinions expressed on the Rascals Lounge podcast are solely those of the host and guests. They do not represent the views or positions of any employers, sponsors, affiliates, or associated organizations. This podcast is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute medical, psychological, legal, financial, or other professional advice. Even when licensed professionals such as physicians, psychologists, attorneys, or financial experts appear as guests, any discussions are general in nature and are not a substitute for professional consultation. Listeners should never disregard, avoid, or delay seeking medical, psychological, legal, financial, or other professional advice because of something heard on this podcast. Never start, stop, or alter any medication or treatment without guidance from your own qualified healthcare provider. Any commentary on political figures, esports organizations or players, musicians or athletes is based on publicly available information, personal opinion, or individual experience. All persons and entities discussed are presumed innocent of any allegations unless proven otherwise in a court of law. Statements made are not intended to be defamatory, and care is taken to avoid unverified or false claims. While efforts are made to present accurate and current information, the Rascals Lounge podcast makes no warranties or representations about completeness or accuracy. Listeners are encouraged to verify any information independently. By listening, you agree that the host, guests, and producers shall not be held liable for any decisions, actions, or outcomes arising from the content of this podcast.
Welcome to the Rascals Lounge podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rascals Lounge podcast. Well, today we got a special guest. He is the team psychologist for Team Secret. And I'm telling you, I always wanted to bring somebody in that field onto the podcast. And finally, it was possible. I want to introduce you to Dr. Carossi, right? Vini, I know it's Vini, but last name is hard. Pronounce it for the fans.
Vini Carossi.
Vini Carossi. How
Nice
you
to
doing,
meet
man?
you. I'm good.
Pleasure.
I'm glad to be here. Pleasure. It's my first time on a podcast. So
Really?
yes,
Oh, okay.
yes, never been in
good
one
deal.
before. So it's a new experience for me as well.
Well, look,
Hopefully we
just
can do well here.
just imagine we're not on a podcast. We're sitting down, having some good Brazilian coffee, and we're just talking. You know, that's it. Just talking,
Okay.
having a conversation. That's basically
So
it.
you know Brazilian coffee.
Yeah, I know some Brazilian coffee. Yeah, really good coffee, expensive, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell the guys whenever we are traveling and then drink coffees, and the guys say, "Oh, this is good coffee." And I say, "Bro, I'm Brazilian. This is not good
Yeah.
coffee."
You drink coffee every day, or you just drink it once in a while?
Yes, every day. Every day. I think it's normal. I think almost every single Brazilian drinks coffee in the morning. Like it's the drill. You know, we have, and we are talking about my city where I live, Belo Horizonte.
Mhm.
The state that I live in is called Minas Gerais. This state is one of the largest producers of coffee in
Oh,
Brazil. So
really?
yeah, so probably most of the coffee that you drink from Brazil come from here. So here in my state, it's normal. Like if you have someone over, you have to give them coffee. That's the drill with Brazilian families.
Now you guys have coffee like every single time after dinner?
After dinner, I don't do it. Like it's not that common at night in Brazil. Like the latest time, I think it would be the late afternoon coffee, like 5 p.m., 6 p.m. Of course, there are people who drink coffee at night, but the common drill is coffee in the morning, one after lunch, and one on the late afternoon, something like it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm from Puerto Rico and in the island.
Oh,
So it's very common in the morning. Everybody has their coffee in the morning. Lunch as well. After lunch, after you eat your lunch and whatever, you have a nice good cup of coffee. And then even after dinner. So if you have people but sometimes dinner starts at 5 o'clock in the afternoon,
Oh, I see.
very
I
early, yeah,
see.
or start at 6 o'clock. And when everybody gets done eating, a good cup of coffee, and that's it. It comes down, makes the
Yeah,
food
no, it
settle
makes
good.
sense. It makes sense. In Brazil, we dine at late night, like 8 p.m. Something
Okay,
like it,
wow.
8 p.m., 9 p.m. It's interesting
Yeah,
because if I think if we had dinner at 5 or 6, we would definitely do some coffee afterwards.
yeah. Is it like really strong? I mean, the Brazilian coffee is like very strong, or you guys have like basically
We have
medium?
different brands, different types of beans.
Yeah.
Uh, I think you can have it from like heavy acidity or
Right.
heavy in taste. It depends on what type of beans and what type of toasting that you order.
Mm-hmm.
All of that depends. It's different from America, like the coffee called Americano, which is the
Yeah.
espresso, then the water. This is
Right.
not common for us. Like we don't drink this. We
Mm-hmm.
drink normally that one you make on uh, with a filter and the filtered one, the classic
Yeah.
filtered one. This
Yeah.
is normal for Brazilians. Of course, we have espresso as well, but the daily life on a daily normal Brazilian, it's the filtered one.
Yeah. What was really hard for me when I came to the United States was to get adjusted to the coffee here.
Hmm.
And because the coffee, American coffee is really good roasted coffee. The problem is it is very watered down.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
and then in Puerto Rico, in our Latin culture, we like our stuff very strong, you
Yes.
know.
Yes.
And what's really funny, I had when I used to work in the hotel industry in the island, the
Hmm.
Americans would tell me, yeah, I want a black cup of coffee. I said, black? Are you sure? This is very strong. And they're like, yeah, yeah. And then when they'll drink it, they're like, whoa, this is very strong. Can you put some water in it or put
Yes.
some milk? I said, I told you, it's like drinking espresso. It's very strong.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they got
That's
to get
same
used
here.
to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to go for the strong and bold.
That's the Latin way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is, man. Wow. Brazil. Man, congratulations on winning the World Cup, being
Thank you.
part of the team
Thank you.
there. I'm sure you had to do a lot of let me say a lot of mind mind games with the
Mind
guys.
stuff.
Yeah, to make sure they don't get stressed out and
Yeah.
and everything. I think that's you had a lot to do with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you for this. I even told Twister the other day that I changed my phone photo when you open the phone.
Mm-hmm.
I put the photo of the title of
Yeah.
us lifting the title
Oh
for me
yeah.
to believe, to actually believe. Like it took me like 3 or 4 days for the thing to actually hit me, like to see, okay, yeah, we actually did this.
You won.
Uh, but yeah, we had.
It's funny. It's funny that's coming from a psychologist. You know that a psychologist
we are human.
has to wait. I gotta believe
We are
what I
human
just
beings too,
experienced.
bro. Sometimes it's hard for us as well. I
Yeah.
mean, yes, we had a whole preparation for this tournament. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that this is kind of interesting to share. One of the things that I was talking about with the guys is when I look at the schedule this is something that I'm trying to work with them for a long time because this is not only psychology. I don't think this as psychology itself, because I think
Mm-hmm.
what we do is different. But if there's someone in the team to do that kind of warning, it should be me. I am the guy who's always saying, guys, let's go sleep early. Please be aware of your sleeping schedule. You guys are athletes. I'm always on their foot on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't want you guys to be like Cristiano Ronaldo or something, but I want you guys to at least take care of your sleep. If you're gonna take care of sleep, for me, I'm open to compromise with only the sleeping schedule. So I told them, guys, we are going to Saudi, and we are getting to Saudi on the late Sunday, about 1 a.m. from Sunday to Monday. And Monday we have media day, and on Tuesday we have 2 games, you know? And I told them, like, guys, you guys are coming from Europe. You guys are not feeling the jet lag. It's only 1 hour for you guys. So this is an advantage. There are people coming from Asia. There are people coming from the US, people coming from South America, and we all be 100% jet lagged. So
Wow.
this is going to be an advantage for us. Like,
Correct.
people will be tired. I even talked with the guys before the game against W7M, because they're Brazilians, and it
Yeah.
was like 7 p.m. on the almost 5 to 6 p.m. I think, the second game. And I told the guys, it's 5 p.m. here. In Brazil, it's it's midday, and the guys, that their brains are confused. Trust your
Yeah.
instincts, trust your reflex. You're gonna be with more reflex than those guys. Don't
Yeah.
just trust it. Go for it. Go for the pick. Go for the 1v1 situation, because I 100% believe that this can cost them some reflex. You know, this is one of the
Correct.
things. Like, and this is one of the preparations that we did. Like, we're going to talk about this. We're going to have a sleeping schedule. We're going to do something to get the jet lag in a good way. And they made fun of me because I had a problem with jet lag there. I couldn't sleep at all in Saudi. I had never had this. I always have a good sleeping schedule, and there I was sleeping at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. every day. I was rolling on my bed and saying, "Oh my God, what's happening to
With
me?"
no melatonin, you didn't take anything?
No, I forgot. I forgot a
Oh.
melatonin. And one
At
of the
least
guys said,
Benadryl or
I don't
something.
think you can bring melatonin to Saudi.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not. I
Whoa.
didn't check that thing, but I didn't bring
Yeah.
melatonin.
I mean, it's natural. I mean, I wouldn't think they would. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
something natural, organic, So,
yeah. But I forgot about it, and that cost me, like, if you see the footage from the finals, you see me like looking like someone from the Adams
yeah, I
family.
did see you like tired.
Yeah, my eyes were like this, and me and Twister and Vivas, the 3 Brazilian, we were like destroyed physically, because it was like, oh my God, when it happened, and in the other day, like, we couldn't even talk, like, we're non-verbal the whole
Yeah.
day of tiredness. But the thing is, we started a preparation for this tournament, and one of the things that we talked a lot was about activation. You know, activation is a term in psychology that we use for some type of routine that you have to trigger your brain somehow, for your brain to understand that, okay, this is time to perform, you know?
Correct.
It's the same drill, like, if you go to a restaurant and you go into a restaurant that you love, and you have the food that you love, and when you start reading the menu, you start to salivate, you know? You know the thing? This is the type of triggering that I'm talking about. So you have, like, there's a lot of things on sports about this. You know, like, if you look to, I don't know if this is true, this is just for observation, like Alcaraz, the tennis player. If you look at his things on the bench, all his water bottles and the Gatorades, they are all aligned. Every time they're aligned, his I forgot the word in English for the thing that they use, the racket.
Oh, yeah, the tennis racket. Yeah.
Yeah, the racket. They are all aligned, all in the same way. Like, if you get a Rafa Nadal, he used to put a towel on his head and look down in between games
Yes.
to not get distracted. Ayrton Senna, the Brazilian driver,
Oh,
he
the
used
best.
to do.
The best of the
Yeah,
best.
he had some activation routine, which was he would walk through the whole track before the training drill, and he used to make like a timing thing of how
Yeah.
much they do, and then he would calculate this on his head. He would put his mind on it, close his eyes and imagine him driving. This is all this routine of making his brain and making his body to understand, okay, you're getting into performance way, you're getting into performance time. So
Wow.
we worked about this and we talked about this individually and collectively. So everyone has his own drill uh,
Hmm.
on how they activate, on what they do. Some of them need to do some type of activation, some type of drill training. There's some people who do like random shooting, some look at recoil on the gun, some others like to change settings or whatever, or meditate, and then we settle up for each one what do they have to do,
Mm-hmm.
and we set on one collectively for us to enter the main point for us is that like we need to enter there and we need to fight for the first point.
Yeah.
If you look at the stats, I don't have it in mind, but I think that we won almost every first round on the
Wow.
games. I think I'm not sure about this, but at least I think 80% of the matches we won the first round. Uh,
Wow.
and that's for FPS. For me, that's a lot of advantage. Like
Yeah.
winning the first round puts you in a good position, puts you in a good mental spot, like takes the edge off. So all of this thing is just for us to go for the first round, win the first round, and we can settle in.
Yes. Now, question. Now,
Mm.
you were suffering from jet lag really bad. So,
Yes, I was.
were any other players suffering it as well? I mean, the reason why I asked because a lot of these players, even NA players that I, know and I'm affiliated with, and
Hmm.
I know who they are, but these guys play till like 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, like the next day, and they're just like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed now, 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, you've been playing all night long, so for them, it's like their
Yeah.
body's a little bit used to it. Now, with Team Secret, were they kind of like some of them were like, oh man, I'm dead tired. This is hurting me, or they were just good to go.
No, no. I think I don't quite remember any of them complaining about tiredness.
Mm-hmm.
I think, of course, the situation that Europe and Saudi, they are close, so in
Yeah.
time zone, so this helps. I know that this is something this is important to talk about because we all know that you have the circadian cycle, which is the sun going up and going down, which helps us to produce natural melatonin,
Correct.
and
Yes.
and of course we have this, and this is very important. But I don't like that much the idea of making people like, oh, you have to sleep at this time, you have to, because we all know that the good ranks, they happen on the
Mm-hmm.
late on the late night. The
Yeah.
pros are there. For the pros, it's good to find the pros so they can train properly on their ranks. Of course, the
Mm.
screams are not in that time. The screams are in regular uh, workers time.
Mm-hmm.
But the ranked, those little plays that you do to get your aim or to get some things that you want to train, this
Mm-hmm.
this thing happens on the late night. So
Correct.
what?
I want to take a quick moment and talk to you about Strong Coffee Company. Strong Coffee Company brings a revolution to your coffee experience with its premium instant blends designed for those who seek both convenience and health benefits. The Black Fairtrade Instant Coffee stands out, offering a robust and smooth flavor similar to a traditional cup of coffee, but enhanced with added benefits. Each serving is enriched with 15 grams of high quality protein, 5 grams of MCTs, and 250 milligrams of adaptogens, including ashwagandha and theanine. This ensures sustained energy, improved alertness, and a calming effect without jitters. The unique combination of ingredients promotes better sleep and mental clarity, making it an ideal choice for busy professionals. For those who prefer a creamier option, Strong Coffee Company's lattes combine the benefits of protein, collagen, and hyaluronic acid with organic Arabica coffee and healthy fats to fuel your mind and body for hours. Experience a healthier, more productive day with Strong Coffee Company. Visit strongcoffeecompany.com and use promo code RASCALS at checkout to get 20% off your purchase. I do earn a commission when you use promo code RASCALS which helps sustain and grow the podcast. Once again, visit strongcoffeecompany.com and use promo code RASCALS at checkout to get 20% off your purchase.
I try to do with the guys is we talked about this and we talked about like where can we settle here? Like how much can we go? How much can we not? And the guys from EWC, they made me a huge favor because we won, and they got the Whoop, the Whoop watch.
Yeah.
It's the they got the Whoop watch, and now we have a group Whoop thing. So they have like all of their sleeping schedule tracked from the week,
their
and
sleeping
they're
patterns,
sending
everything.
me. Yeah, they send me from now on. They will send me every Friday the whole week, so we can talk about this. So we're going to do some serious tracking on this thing. Of course, that's the thing I always talked about. Like we need to make things more individual. I don't like the idea of patronizing things. Everyone is individual. Everyone has his own way. There are a lot of players that they work late at night and they function better. If you force them to do this, you will be destroying his patterns. And
Correct.
that's why we should be a professional there to see and to calculate with the player how much is compromisable on this type of stuff.
Correct. Wow. Man, that's crazy. Sleep is so important.
Yeah.
Sleep is so important. A lot
Sleep
of
is
people.
training.
Yeah.
Sleep is training.
Yeah. I mean, I work overnight as well. And my shift in the hospital is from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. And usually at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, around 3 or 4 o'clock, that's when my body's like, okay, it's fighting to stay awake. But if they catch me sleeping, I'm immediately fired because I have 15, 20, 30 patients under my care. And I am basically the first responder to the nurses. If I see something going on with the heart rhythm of a patient, I'm going to capture it first, and then I got to alert them and call a code, overhead and stuff like that. So if I don't sleep before I go to work, I am completely destroyed. I need to sleep at least 2 hours before I go to work.
I know how you.
I have to. If
I
I
have
don't
patience.
sleep,
If patients are looking at me, if I look tired, they're all observing me. Like I am looked at upon the whole day, so I cannot afford to look tired. I have to be good. It's not like a home office. It's the same for you. Like it's not a home office job that you can like just out tab stuff and do your job and look like a zombie. We cannot afford to look like a zombie. We need to have at least a decent sleeping schedule for some types of job.
amazing. Question: How is it that you got into the esports psychology? I mean, because do you have your own office? You have your own practice separate, and then you also do this on the side, or how this came about?
So this is a good story. I've never worked with esports before. So 5 years ago, I have a friend that we are childhood friends, and we used to play. I'm 38 years old, So
you're young.
yeah, okay. I came from me and you. We came from another time.
I'm 10 years older than you.
No, you know how it was. Like the internet gaming 20 years ago, 25, 30 years ago. It was all tree and grass, bro. There wasn't
2D.
So
Yeah.
back in the day when I was a teenager, I used to play a lot of StarCraft. StarCraft
Oh,
1.
okay. Yeah.
I even tried to make it pro in a way. Today I know that I was tripping balls. I have no skills. But back in the day when I was 15, I was going to take a trip to try the thing on Korea, that they
Mm-hmm.
have, which was something like the EWC, but it happened in Korea back in the day. But my mother said no. No son of mine is going to play video games and stuff like that. And I'm very thankful for my mother to do this because back in the day, that was hard. The people who went pro in that time, few of them got some living out of it.
Yeah.
And it was hard for me at the time, very hard. But I survived. And this friend of mine, he used to play Dota, and he almost went pro on Dota 1.
Wow.
Uh, then I, I, uh, I moved to my city now, Belo Horizonte. I was from a small town called Governador Valadares. It's a small town here. And then I went here for my study on psychology. And I did my degree. Then I did my master's degree. Then I did my PhD. So it's 11 years there, and I had my practice. I used to my research wasn't about esports psychology whatsoever. I
Mm-hmm.
used to my master's degrees was on biology, on evolutionary biology, and my PhD is on teenagers and symptoms on teenagers. And teenagers was still my main source of practice in my office. And then this guy, Pedro, it's his name, he calls me 5 years ago and said, "Bro, I have a proposition for you. I'm investing on a Dota team here in Brazil. It's the first time that they had like a last chance qualifier in Dota in South America, and said we have a good chance of going. I think this team can do it. It's a 100% Brazilian team. Uh, Never did before like this. We never qualified, but I think we have a shot. And I want you to supervise them as a psychologist." And I say, "What are you doing, man? I'm, I'm not. I don't know what. I don't know nothing about this." And he said, "No, I trust you. I trust you. Bear with me." And then he calls the CEO, and then we have a meeting, and they said, "It's okay. We trust you." And I said, "Okay, so we'll change the wheel of the car as it moves. I'm down for it." And I started studying the thing as I went through.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm a clinical psychology. I'm a
Wow.
clinical psychologist. I always been and I always will be.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing my path is different from normally what I see from esports psychology, because I don't call myself actually an esports psychology. I don't normally use
Yeah.
this because I'm a psychoanalyst. This is my field on psychology. We have like fields of thinking in
Yeah.
psychology. So I am a psychoanalyst, which is even more rare. I don't know more people on psychoanalysis that do this.
Mm-hmm.
I know that there's a group in Colombia that works with football. I know there's some people around the globe doing it, but I never had a chance to talk with them. So I don't have actually like precise theory on my field directly saying things about esports psychology. I have to take some from the other fields and translate it to my field of thinking and try to make some pathway for myself in this. That's where I am now. And this team on Dota, back on the history,
Mm-hmm.
this team, I started working with these guys, and then we qualified to the international. This was 2019. This was the
Mm.
Romanian, the Bucharest one on Dota. And it was back in the day when TI was $30 million pool prize and etc. And so it was like a gigantic thing.
Wow.
And from that moment on, some people after this thing happened and this team broke apart after TI, and some people from this team they went for other teams. So one of the managers from this team, that is Bobby. She went for Team Secret for Rocket League,
Mm.
and then she saw something there, and said, "Oh, I think Vini can help us." Then she calls me, and she talks with Secret and say, "Oh, I have this guy. He's Brazilian. The Rocket League from Team Secret is Brazilian. And now he's a Brazilian. Call him. Then they made a trial. I went there. Then we started work. And this Rocket League team, we qualified to every single major tournament. We had like top 3 in a major. We got top 6 here in Rally, and we got top 8 in EWC. So it's a very solid team.
Very solid.
Yeah, we're still aiming for the big thing, but it's hard. It's still hard there. And then in the middle of this thing, Twister joins Team Secret and asks for a psychologist. And
really?
Yeah, Twister used to work with psychologists. In Brazil, it's very common. Like almost every team here in Brazil, they have a psychologist. So it's
smart.
It's curious because we talk about this with other people. Like in Europe, is not that common as it is in Brazil. I think in the US it's common as well.
It is in certain sports. You'll see it on the NFL. You see they have team psychologists. In esports, I don't know if I think there's 1 or 2. They may be. I don't want to, say numbers, but I think there are some. I know there's some.
And there's a difference there. I always like to talk about this because I think there's a difference between having a psychologist and having a performance coach.
Correct.
Yeah. So one thing is one thing, another thing is another thing.
Yeah, very big difference.
It's very big difference. Like
it's like saying having a doctor and having a nurse. They're both but a doctor is gonna know a lot more than the nurse.
They both do performance work.
Correct.
But the way of thinking is different. Like, for me, as you said, like, you might have something to do with this title in the WC, and I said, yeah, I think I have something to do with it, but I cannot precise to you what actually is the effect of my work yet. And this is not like false modesty. I don't do this. I know I'm good. I don't have problems saying this. But I'm a scientist, I'm a scientist in a way that I'm a scientist in my core of thinking. If I see something, it doesn't mean that if I because I'm seeing all the cows that I saw in my life, they are brown. I cannot say that every cow in the world is brown.
Correct.
It might be a white cow there. It might be a mixed one cow.
Correct.
So that's the thing. Like, to make an assumption in science, you have to have some good ground. I'm sorry, a good ground to say and to do an affirmative. So this is one of the main cores. Like, and this is hard because in performance, every now and then people are pushing you to make assumptions. To make what can you do? How can you do this? What's the formula? What's the drill? What's the formula? And I always disappoint the guys when I say this because I don't have formula, bro. Like, we are not talking about formula. We're gonna build one. That's the difference between being a psychoanalyst. Freud used to say that the difference when he sees a patient, he was talking about with a friend surgeon of his, and he said, "No, it's just like surgery. The difference is that I have to make the surgeon knife, the bisturi. I have to make one bisturi for each patient because each patient, when I open him up, is different."
Correct.
That's the thing. Like, and that I take 100% on my daily job. Like, everyone is different, so I don't make these assumptions. I don't like making these assumptions. I don't like to patternise things or to make like. To be a good player, you need to do this and this and that. To have a good performance, you have to do this. Of course, you have a lot of research to say, like, if you don't sleep, bro, you're gonna have a hard time. You have these things like, but how you're going to sleep? This is all about. This is all for us to talk about. So Twister asked me for. I'm divagating here, but
yeah, no, you're good.
It's okay.
So Twister did ask you to come on over.
Yeah, he asked me to come on over, and And then I joined this team. This was 3 years ago, I think, 2.5, almost 3 years ago. And in that time, this roster was normally there in the fifth place. I think you're familiar with the old roster. I think that the first one was Savage, Kendrew, Sleben, Astro, and Grubby. I think it was this roster, and we qualified for the invitational. Like in the last chance qualifier, we went for the invitational, and then in the second year, we got I got one spot for the major, and then we lost the qualifier for EWC for Into the Breach, and we went for the invitation in Boston, and we lost every single game. It
Oh
was it was
gosh.
the hardest moment of our road.
Hmm.
And after Boston, like we had a conversation, me, Savage, and Twister, and there we said like we need to change things, for the next year. We need to do something different, and we didn't have actually a actual plan, like what are we going to do. It was just like the normal talk about we need to do something different. We are tired of being just qualifying for stuff, just
Correct.
qualifying, traveling, and then you get there and you lose all the games. That's not what we were thinking for us. And then this year we did this changes, and Noah and Mowgli, they fit like very well to this team, and everybody everybody was feeling good about what we're bringing onto screens. And we had the hype going, and we were starting to look ourselves and said, yeah, yeah, I think we have something. We are cooking something here.
Yeah.
It wasn't ready on AWC. I can assure you, we are
Wow.
cooking some, but it wasn't ready until AWC.
Yeah. Now, question: when the players lose, like what happened in Boston, did they go to you or you have to go to them? Because I imagine they're depressed, they're going through a lot of struggles. Some of them have that fear they're going to get kicked or replaced, etc. Do they actually go to you first, or they go to their coaches, or how, or
Yeah.
you approach them, say, "Hey, listen, I know you're bummed out. Let's get ourselves back together." How does that go?
Yeah. So normally I like to do when my normal field of daily job with the guys is this. Like I I like a lot of group talks. I'm
Okay.
this came from my on the beginning of my degree. I
Hmm.
used to do group talks. There are not lot of people in psychology that do this type of group therapy or something like it, and I always like this because I think it's way more harder than doing individual sessions. Like it is
Really?
very hard. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
because you got to analyze every person.
Yeah, every move you do, like it's like a mine, like a minefield. If you do a
Correct.
move here, it can blow something there, you know.
Oh
So
wow.
it's very sensitive. But we are talking about performance here. We're talk about group. So I have I sustain this with every team that I work with, and now I work with secret with those two teams, Rocket League and Rainbow Six, and I work for Heroic as well on Dota 2.
Mm.
Uh, and I'm always with the Dota team as well because Dota is my, in game
Yeah,
wise, is my passion. I
that's
love
your
Dota.
favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Dota. So I'm always fishing for a Dota team to work with because I like to be there and I like the game, and I take a lot of enjoyment on doing it.
Correct.
Uh, so, with every week we have one group talk. In this group talk, everybody's there. Sometimes the coaches are, sometimes they are not. This is my call. I say to them like, I need you guys today, or I don't need you guys today. I think it's a moment. We need a moment to see or to talk about things. Sometimes I need them to. Maybe we need to pressure some things. Maybe we need to talk about sensitive stuff, and maybe they need to be there. Maybe they need to listen some things. And I do individual talks with each one of them every week when we are approaching normal agenda of playing. If we have like a break, we don't actually need to talk. Maybe we do one group talk, or I don't take like the individuals on a schedule when we're in this type of situations. So when we happen like a big loss as in Boston, I normally I normally like to do a collective talk. So uh, it depends. It depends on the situation. We read the room, like maybe sometimes Twister takes the lead on this. Maybe Vivas will take the lead this. Maybe I take the lead on this matter. But normally I take the lead on this type. It depends on what we read, we talk about in the staff, like okay, how you guys want to play this, how we're gonna do this. And I like the first group talk, because there we can say some things to each other. We can feel whom is feeling the worst. If someone needs help, some people needs time. Some people need time. They need to be by themselves, talk to their family, to their girlfriend or whatever.
Correct.
And after the group, I always say, guys, I'm here the whole time. If you guys want to talk to me, you know how to reach me. I leave them on their choice. Sometimes I go there and I do the little tap on the shoulder, bro. I think you need to talk. Let's talk. It depends on the situation. I don't put like a rule on it. It's all about
Correct.
reading the room. I think this is very important. Like, if you don't read the room in a sense, like to feel where people are and how they are feeling, you might step on a mine there. You might enter too much. You might take them their space, and that's not a good place for a psychologist to be. You need to find your place that fits you right
Correct.
away. If you step too much, it will be over and be like weird.
Wow. That's it's pretty stressful. It's not an easy job that you're going through, that you do. What is
Mhm.
more challenging for you, to deal with a team, players that have lost a big tournament, or dealing with players that are about to enter the finals in the tournament?
Good
Because there's
question.
two different type of stress. There's one that I'm sure they're like stressed out
Mm-hmm.
and they're in the finals, and then you got another group that lost the finals. So it's like, okay, what's more challenging here?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
for me, if I have problems at home, it's gonna reflect. I'm gonna be down. I'm gonna be depressed. I can't play good
Mm-hmm.
if
Mm-hmm.
things are not good with my wife and I.
Yeah.
And you're a married man, right?
Yeah, I
So
am.
yeah, okay, I'm married too. So you know how it is. It's if mama's not happy, you're not gonna be happy. No matter what you do, I can't concentrate. I can't
Yeah.
play well
Yeah.
because she is upset. So a lot of these guys are young. Some of them, the majority are not married.
Mm-hmm.
Some may be married, but you got this two type of challenges. You got the ones that are about to go to a tournament. They have a loads of stuff in their brain. Is just going so much, 100 miles per hour. And
Mm-hmm.
then you got another group that if they lose, you got another. What for you? What is more challenging, to deal
Yeah.
with the ones that are about to go to the finals, or the ones that lost a tournament?
So, for the first thing that you said about they're having like the personal life and the performance life, uh, uh, it's always important to make a difference. Like, I am the psychologist, but I'm the performance psychologist there. I'm not their clinical personal psychologist.
Mm,
So
okay.
sometimes if someone, it's always open to talk about this. I'm always open, and this is 100% their choice. If they want to, they reach me. If you have a problem with someone or in a family or something, they can come to me. If I see that the thing needs more attention, I suggest them. So I think you need to look for one for yourself, not online. Go to someone on your city, go there, live to live, face to
Correct.
face.
Yes.
Because I like this. I think that's important to have. I work online, but if you have an opportunity to do face to face, always go face to face. I think it has more power. The weirdness of facing someone that you don't know and saying the things that you care the most. This is the power of the thing, So
Correct.
go for someone like there in person. I would
Hmm.
recommend that. But as to the question on the players on the finals and the players on the loss, it depends a lot. I mean, I'm not used that much with finals.
Hmm.
I have a career here, so I have been working with these teams, and I have been qualifying, taking teams like in the middle of the how do I call this? In the middle of the tournament, like they are
Correct.
in five, six, and then making the work, making this team get bigger and qualify to big stuff, and then, but from that step for a champion team, that's a big step.
It
So I
is.
have been
Yeah.
scratching this surface for 3 years. And I've
Mm.
never, of course, I have won with some other teams like regional stuff. With Rocket League, we won South American titles from time to time. With this team, we have won UL. But uh, to actually have a world tournament like big as EWC, I've never had it one. So from time to time, I think it's a different situation. When you lose something, uh, you need to see what type of. When I'm going to use some psychoanalytical words here. So
Sure.
when you lose something, you don't lose the thing itself. You lose the ideal or the idea of this thing.
Hmm.
Like losing to losing a quarterfinals, and you don't lose only the spot for the semifinals. You lose the whole idea that you have on you being on the semifinals, and you have the idea of the type of player that you want to be. You have an idea of how your group was supposed to be, how you're going to function, and how does this thing happens. So when I approach these players, I know that something has broken, you know.
Correct.
So I have to talk with them. So we have to treat whatever was broken group wise, like there's an idea. This group didn't function the way I was thinking about, or someone didn't play the way they're supposed to play. I have a problem with this player. I'm disqualified because this guy didn't play or whatever.
Mm.
So we have to deal with this. We have to deal with this to see if this is fixable, or if this is
Mm.
something that's going to break something that cannot be repaired. I don't know. We need to see this, how much what can we do with this? And then I take each one of them to see individually what was broken with their own ideal of thinking of themselves as a player. No, a self-image. You have a self-image of a player that you have in your mind.
Hmm.
Every time you do something, you say, "Oh, I'm that good." We can call this confidence.
Hmm.
But using a more fancy word, it is a self-image. It's a more like a way of seeing yourself the way you see as a player, and what do you want this ideal of yourself to be. And the close you get to this on the performance, it's the way you perform, like with so much confidence. That's we call like, oh, this guy's playing amazing. Like every pick that he does, he's taking someone. He never loses a single pick. This is
Yeah.
when these things are in a eclipse. Like his idea of himself and himself, they are colliding in a very beautiful dance moves.
Correct.
But this is from time to time. This is rare. And I
Okay.
have to see, like, if sometimes we can be in a quarterfinal, we can lose, and one of the guys or two of the guys, they are having this experience, like I'm playing my best, I'm playing my prime,
Yeah.
and three
Everything is
of them are
flowing.
not play, yeah, and three are
Yeah.
not, and we get disqualified. This is
Mm-hmm.
hard. You got to deal with
Correct.
this. Got to rebuild this thing. But
Mm.
the main thing is that I think the trick here is to not believe that much on that ideal self, that you build. This is useful. This is very good. But if we believe too much on this thing, the downfall can be too hard, And
Mm.
we will never find this actual. You can see Cristiano as an example. Like the guy has won everything, and he has won a lot of things. And he lost the thing on the Saudi tournament, and he was second, and people were calling him names and saying stuff, making fun of him. And there's a scene of him looking at the players and hitting his chin like, get your chin up, don't go looking down. And this guy's 43, 42, 43 years old. I don't know how old he is, and he's still there, and he still has some image of himself like, I have to be better than this. And he has won everything. Like, he's one of the best players of the history, and he
Right.
still have the drive. And I think that the drive is this, like, he has an idea of himself that he hasn't reached it yet. If he has reached
Wow.
it in this, I think he won't play anymore.
This is Cristiano Ronaldo you're talking about?
Yeah, Cristiano. Yeah, yeah,
Ronaldo.
yeah.
I mean, he's
I don't.
good. He's
I
not like Ronaldinho, but he's good.
I don't call him Ronaldo. I have this I have this thing with Savage, me
Uh,
and Twister, because when we won, like the lady from the AWC said something about Ronaldo, and talking to Savage, and I asked her, "You're talking about the real Ronaldo or Cristiano?" Like, for us Brazilian, there's the real Ronaldo, and
yeah.
there's Cristiano. That's why I call him Cristiano. I don't call him Ronaldo. Ronaldo for me
Oh,
is the 9-1,
correct.
and of course
Okay.
Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho. Yeah, he's my favorite.
You like him?
Oh, I think he's the best for me. That's I mean Ronaldinho. There was nobody like him. I mean, the way he. I mean, to make. I talked with this with Twister. To make the opposing team's fans to stand up
Yeah,
and applaud.
in Madrid.
Yeah, it's like what the
Yeah,
world.
yeah, that was
You
something.
never seen that happen. The people were like on a standing ovation, like, wow, you just destroyed my team in the most beautiful way I ever seen.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. I never seen this before. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you, I don't know. For me, even Tiger Woods once said like he's the GOAT. He's the best
Oh,
ever.
Tiger Woods said that.
Yeah, said
See,
Ronaldinho
I see.
was the best ever.
I have a good story for you. Ronaldinho.
I want to take a quick moment and talk to you about Gamer Advantage. Whether you're gaming, working, or just browsing, with Gamer Advantage blue light blocking eyewear, they are expertly crafted for gamers or for anyone that's in front of a screen for long hours. Featuring Resume Lens technology, these glasses are engineered to minimize digital eye strain and shield your eyes from the detrimental effects of blue light. Doctor recommended, potentially boost focus, and significantly enhance sleep quality, ensuring you stay at the top of your game. Visit gameradvantage.com for more information and use promo code RASCALS at checkout to get 10% off your purchase. I do earn a commission when you use the promo code, which helps sustain and grow the podcast. Once again, visit gameradvantage.com for more information and use promo code RASCALS at checkout to get 10% off your purchase.
Played for a team here from my city called Atlético Mineiro, and he won Libertadores with this team. And when he came for this team, there was a final, and I went there. I don't cheer for any of those teams here in the city. My team that I support is São Paulo,
Okay.
and I went there with a friend that is a supporter for Atlético, and the game was happening here on the other side, and I was looking to the other side, the whole time. And he was somewhere in between the game. He questioned me like, "What are you doing? Why are you looking at?" And this is Pedro, the same guy that hired me for that thing, that friend of mine. And he said,
Yeah.
why the hell are you looking at that direction and not the ball is there?" And I said, "Bro, I paid to see Ronaldinho. I don't care where the ball is. I'm gonna
Yeah.
look to this guy. I wanna see what I cannot see on TV, you know?" And this is a
Correct.
curious thing. Like Ronaldinho used to do something. I thought it's genius of him. Like
Yes.
every time that they had a corner for the other team, Ronaldinho used to be on the midfield, but close to the side, almost out of the
Mm.
field. You know, nobody's seeing him. And I said, this doesn't shows on TV. This is very interesting. And the
Wow.
goalkeeper knew where he was. So when the goalkeeper caught the ball from the corner, on the corner kick, he already, like, he didn't even look. He knew that Ronaldinho was going to be there, and then he kicked the ball like right to Ronaldinho. And depending on how the ball came to him, he he passed like already for the striker. And
Wow.
that in that season, like there was a lot of goals from this team that came from this strategy that doesn't show on TV. Then when they happened in the field, I said to my friend, "See, that's why I'm here. I'm looking for this guy. This guy's a genius."
Super. He's amazing.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
He taught Messi a lot of stuff.
yeah,
He
yeah.
taught Messi. I mean, Messi doesn't have the skills that he has, but he taught Messi a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And they played together, they won together. But Ronaldinho had the ability to face three guys at the same time and just outmaneuver all of them.
Yeah,
And it's just crazy.
yeah.
I could
That was-
imagine the mindset Ronaldinho had to be in to compete every single time. So focused. You know, it's like when you guys are playing and when you're dealing with your players, they got to be so focused and so dedicated right there, like locked in. You know, it's one of the
Yeah.
words people say, stay lock in, to just perform to the level that
Yeah.
you need to. It's tough. It's
Yeah,
tough.
and this
And to block everything out, block all your stress, block all your problems, block it all out. And then just, okay, now we're locked in. Let's give it 100%.
Yeah, that's the importance of the routine of activation that I was telling about. Like, because when you have the routine of activation, you don't trust that much on fate to have you locked in, you know? If you have the drill, if you do the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over, it tends for your body to understand that you're entering perform zone. So we take less chances and less risks for fate. Am I going to play that good? When I'm playing games, I imagine that you play as well. When we're playing games, like we're going to enter to play, we don't know which player is going to show up. You
Correct.
know, maybe it's going to show like the very skilled one. Maybe it's going to show the anchor that's going to bring everybody down. It depends on how we feel. And for a pro player, we cannot afford this, you know, I
Yeah.
don't know which player is going to appear. And the interesting thing is that Ronaldinho, when his routine, I don't know about this, is all about for me looking at him and going to stadiums and see him playing. He had something like before the official enter, Ronaldinho would enter the stadium and he used to be playing with the ball. Every
Yeah.
time I saw him playing with the ball, like laughing, and he would dribble his own teammates and looking at the crowd, and the crowd was cheering, and then he kicks the ball up, and then he dominates the ball and doing like all the wizard
Yeah.
thing that
The
he used
tricks.
to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw some clips of them doing that.
yeah. I think this was something like a activation routine for Ronaldinho. I truly believe that. You
That
know,
makes sense.
like for him, if he wasn't enjoying, of course, this is not this is not science. It's just me guessing what happens to Ronaldinho. But I'm pretty sure that if he's not having fun, he wouldn't play very well. You know,
Correct.
it's
Yeah.
different from Cristiano. I don't see Cristiano. I don't think he's not having fun. Of course he's having fun, but he doesn't look like he's having fun. He's a very
Yeah.
serious guy, you know. When he
Very
enters, he's serious. He's there and he's connected. And if you look at Ronaldinho, he will be like,
Yeah,
and
he's
all
always
his
laughing,
teeth,
smiling.
he always
Yeah.
laugh, all his teeth are showing up, and he's making jokes and he's pushing his other players. For me, that was the activation of Ronaldinho, you know. So that's the thing. Like being locked in doesn't mean being serious, you know.
Correct.
Being locked in
Okay.
doesn't mean being stiff or being, I don't know, whatever you can call it, but
Yeah.
you as a player you have to find your own way, you have to find your own signature, you have to find something that comes with you, with your personality, on the way that you are, that activates you to be yourself and to feel yourself in the game, you know.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing, man. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's nice.
That
Nice.
is nice.
uh, I forgot to answer the other thing that you questioned about the team that wins, you know,
Oh,
how we do.
the difference, the challenges between
Yeah,
when you're dealing with it with the players that
yeah,
when they lose versus the ones they're at that final match. Because I always thought to myself, okay, how stressful could it be for you to talk to these players
yeah,
before they go, okay, before they enter in, so to get their nerves to go down, because I am sure they get nervous. And you got to deal with that. Got to, okay, guys, relax, breathe. I don't know if you do breathing therapy with these guys. Okay, you need to like calm down, relax, because if you play too nervous,
yep,
you're going to start losing. But if you play relax, you're going to start doing good. And then you got the other group that lost. They didn't make it. You obviously they're depressed, they're down, they're just like, they feel like the world just ended
yeah,
when they when they don't is they got to comprehend, okay, there's another match coming up, another tournament, you could
yeah,
get back in. But it's both, I feel, in my opinion, they're both stressful.
yeah. They are. They are.
You see, that's what I was trying to
Yeah.
get to you with that, so
Having what you want is hard. It's
Correct.
as much as it may sound counterintuitive. Getting what you want can get you depressed. You know. Bear with me on this, because when you want something very much and you have like this eager and you build yourself and you build something and you train, then you go and go and go and then you get it, what comes next? You know, there's an
True.
emptiness after getting what you want. You know, this is part of life. You know, we have to deal with this. Freud used to have there's a Jewish saying that Freud used to take, that is, be careful from what you desire, that this can come true. You know, this is what, and Freud
That's true.
Freud used to call this by ruin by success. You know, there is a little ruin, psychologically speaking. It's very common for us to have a little ruin on ourselves when we get what we want and we get that success, you know, because
True.
you might have this in Puerto Rico, because we're very similar. You know that the little dog from the streets, when the truck passes and this little dog goes running and barking to the to the tire of
To the tires,
truck?
they're trying to bite it or something.
Yeah, yeah. And when the truck stops on the stop sign, the dog just look at the tire and gets like blue screen. What
Yeah.
what can I do now? Like,
What do I do now?
what do I do now? You know, it's that scene, but of course, way more complex. When we have this thing, like, so, it is the first time for me to deal with, okay, what come next? You know, we won the world championship. Now, how do we stay connected?
Motivated?
How do we stay motivated? How do you
Yeah.
want more? How do we stay hungry? And that's the thing, like, if you get satisfied, and of course we get satisfied because we won the world championship, like, we will get satisfied, but we need to find the hunger again, you know.
Correct. You
So-
know, that is very important I don't mean to cut you off there, but
Go.
I want to touch base on that because a lot of times these players that win the big one, they're like, okay, what else is there to it? I achieved my goal. I got into pro league. I finally won the major, this big one, the esports World Cup. For me, in my opinion, is bigger than the invitationals. I mean, I don't care what people say.
Oh,
Fine, invitationals is big, but I think for me the World Cup is surpasses that. But to win to that level and you win it and you have that under your belt, I don't know if a lot of players go through this, but I know some people tend to do that in their life. Could be anything. Once they reach that goal, once they have that, what is there to
what
it?
is there next? Yes.
Some say, okay, I already got it, I did it, and then their performance is not the same anymore. You have to deal with that as well.
Yeah, of course.
Wow.
We were talking about this back in the day. Like, I think I talked with the guys about this. I'm not quite sure where I saw this. I think I saw this from Fedor Emelianenko. You know Fedor Emelianenko, the MMA fighter from Russia. He's a old school heavyweight pride champion. And he used to dominate the heavyweight for a long time, which is hard on MMA because in heavyweight, for me, is the first one who hits the first punch because everybody's too big and nobody gets, like, you don't have a second chance when you're heavyweight. Like if the punch gets you, you're done. And he dominated the thing. And he used to train by himself in Siberia or something like it. And I back in the day, like 20 years ago, I saw a video from him and he was saying something like this, like, I have to train against myself. I train against myself. I don't have another one to train against. I'm the world champion. I have beaten everybody. So what can I do? I have to train against me. And that's the thing. Like, that's one of the things that we starting to discuss. Like, how can you train against yourself as well? Not only because when you're third, when you're second, of course we are not the best team in the world. Like, there's a lot of people who could have done this as well. Like, we are of course on the top 5, the best teams nowadays. But you got Tichu, you got Fourier, you got W7M, you got Falcons, you got I got FaZe, you got a lot of other teams that are as good as us or better than us, even with stats and consistency. But the main thing we talk about is, how do we do this? How do we train? Not only to find, like, oh, I have to beat Falcons. It was our curse. Like, we always lose to Falcons. Let's beat Falcons. We beat Falcons. What's next? Somewhere in the line, you're gonna face yourself. That's the thing. That's the main thing. Like, somewhere in the line, if you go deeper and you beat everybody, you're gonna have to beat yourself. You're gonna have to play against yourself, somehow to keep yourself motivated. And the thing that I told the guys, like, right after, is that the week that we had, I said, guys, this week we rest as champions. We do our thing. We celebrate. Next week we wake up as contenders again. So that's the thing.
True.
Like, go shift the mentality. We're not champions anymore. We are contenders again.
Correct.
We have to climb that mountain again. So if this thing don't get into people's head, we tend to have this phenomenon about, like, we won and okay, job is done.
Do you think a lot of times that they're more motivated? I know some players are more motivated about winning than some, and some others are more motivated about the money.
Yep.
I think you're like, wait 1 second. Okay, this guy, he just wants to make money, win money. Got one here. He just wants to have a lot of championships. Do you see that is more about money, or you see it more about legacy to these players?
To be fair, honest, I don't care. I don't care. For me, all of those feelings are valid, you know, all of those.
Okay.
Like I tell the guys this, like there's a phrase from Freud. You see that I quote Freud a lot because Freud is my is
Yeah.
my base for thinking. Uh, Freud used to say like I don't care if we use like a real bait, and he's doing a metaphor with fishing. I don't care if you use a real bait or artificial bait, as long as we catch the fish, you know.
Mm.
And I like this understanding from Freud. Like I'm very pragmatic on this type of thing. Like for me, I don't make judgment on this. Like for me, if it's for the money, good. It's for the legacy, good. If it's for you to become a big guy and have success and be looked at and be famous, all good. If you don't care, you just like to play, all good. As long as it works for you as a motivation, you know. As long as if it is the thing that makes you go to sleep and wake up in the morning and say, I want to be the best guy in this game. I'm still want to
Correct.
be the best guy in this game. If this is money or legacy or whatever, as long as is working for me, all good. You
Oh,
know,
good.
I'm pragmatic in this sense. You know, I don't I don't make and I tell the guys like
It's like choose your goal. Whatever it
choose
is,
your
just
goal,
go for
bro.
it.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe sometimes you need anger. You know, anger is a feeling as well. Angst is a
Yeah.
feeling. Maybe jealous is a feeling. Sometimes
Hmm.
you're gonna go to play and you go because you're angry. You want to
Yeah.
beat this guy, you know. And I'm going to say to the guy, "Oh, anger is not a good feeling for yourself. It makes you feel it's not healthy." No, no, I don't like this idea of making us humans like we need to be all 100% healthy all the time. Like we are
All
paradoxal. We
happy.
have yeah, all happy. No, all happy
Yeah.
is bad, bro. All happy is not good. All happy is weird. We have a cycle of feelings. Like we will feel bad, we'll feel depressed, we feel happiness, we feel anger, we are complex. It's part of who we are, you know. Sometimes one of the guys can say, I want the money, the money, the money, and then he get the money. And then he said, now I'm building legacy. I want to be
Yeah.
the biggest one, the GOAT,
Yeah.
whatever. You know, I always say to the guys, whatever feeling is, as long as we're treating it, as long as we're talking about this, as long as we are we are sharing this thing, and you're not like, in your head alone with these feelings,
Mm.
for me, it's all good.
You know, that's very true because when I went to I studied counseling at one time. I took Christian counseling courses, and the psychologist told the group, it was a course I was taking, said this: a smart person is a person that knows they have a problem, but they seek help for it. And when I went through a divorce one time many years ago, I knew that I was under depression. I stopped eating. I was sleeping almost the whole entire day. I was off. I was out.
Oh,
And I say, wait 1 second. This is not good. I need to go see a psychologist. I need to see a professional.
I
And
see.
I immediately went and seek help. I was losing weight drastically. I wasn't eating much. So what she told me says, listen, let's take that and convert it into something positive. You're losing weight. It's a good thing because you need to lose weight, because I was like, I think 300 pounds or something, 280
Oh,
pounds. But I'm 5'11". I'm pretty tall. So she says, convert that into something positive. Now go to the track, go work out, and get focused into that body that you want. And I was like, heck yeah, let me do that. I'm losing weight no matter what. Let me just go ahead and go out. So doing that motivated me. I was so pumped up. I
yeah.
bought shirts. Oh, I could fit in this. I could fit in this. And I'm like, well, I can see my feet again. I can see my feet jumping up and down. So I was all happy, feeling
Nice,
good. And
nice.
people would come up to me and they said, man, how much you lost? I said, I lost 100 pounds in 3 months.
Holy.
Yeah, I got so obsessed with it and so
Mm-hmm.
into working out
that I
I see.
was walking and jogging 6 hours a day
I see.
from 7 in the morning till 1 o'clock in the afternoon, or from 6 to 6. I will do that 6 in the morning to 12 o'clock midday, and
Mm-hmm.
I would just like so concentrated and just walking. And I said, instead of laying down in bed,
Yeah.
I could just do this and just eat healthy, drink a lot of water. So I converted that. She put that mindset in me. I don't know how the heck she did it, but she just like flipped the switch in me and helped me out into it, and I
Mm-hmm.
did it, and it
Yep.
helped out. Now, of
Very.
course, I got married and start eating again. I'm all happy now. So it just like, okay, now
Yeah.
I got to go back to do it, but there's no motivation to it.
Yeah.
There's not a click to it. And I was thinking about that not too long ago. I was like, what was it that back then it was so easy for me to lose the weight? I was so focused. I was so
Mm-hmm.
into this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably because of the anger, the depression, and all that just got me so locked in. Versus that I'm happy now. I have a
Yeah.
good wife. I'm, happily married. But why
Yeah.
is it tough for me to go, something? Okay, my wife has to not get a separation
Mm-hmm.
for me to start doing what I need to do.
I
Because
see.
I feel there are certain things that I kind of like realize. Okay, I remember back then
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to prove to her, my ex, wait, the decision
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
that we made and she made was wrong. And when I
Mm-hmm.
want her to see me the next, I want her to see me looking like freaking Brad Pitt, looking really handsome, somebody like famous. I want to look good.
I see.
So
I see.
now that I'm married, everything is good. I got kids. Trying to lose weight,
Yeah.
I can't find that switch. I can't find that motivation
You
that,
see.
you understand
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Well, of
What
course.
is
Of
it
course.
for me to get to that, like, flip my brain? I just can't. I've been trying. So what I
Mm-hmm.
do is I look at pictures how I used to look like and try to motivate myself to do it.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. Like, you see that somehow the motivation came from what are the idea that you thought that someone had of you. You know, that's
Hmm.
what the thing. Remember when I talked to you about the idea of ourselves that we have, like
Correct.
the that's the thing that I'm talking about. You know, when you see what we conjecturate, we imagine what people think of us. You know, and we degladiate with this thing on our heads. You know, all day long we are degladiating with this, with the image that we think that the others have of us, with the image that we take from what we think that the other think of us, and we take as our own. You know, when you're the whole day degladiating with these things, and this is part of life. Maybe for you to find some ground on it, talking about this thing as you did right now may be a good thing. You know, maybe you
Yeah.
can reach, because it didn't come to you only as an idea for, like, I'm taking this bad feeling and I'm taking this thing and I'm going to work. I'm using the weight. I'm going to judo this thing. You know,
Yeah.
I'm going to use his own weight against him. But it started with a conversation. You know,
Yes.
it started with a conversation with a psychologist. In a way, I'm
Hmm.
not saying that everybody needs to go to a psychologist. I'm not that guy.
Hmm.
You go if you want. You go if you need. I'm not the one to say that everybody needs to go
Correct. Yeah.
to, to a psychologist. I don't think this is for everybody. Some people don't like it. Some people don't fit in it. You know,
Hmm.
but uh, if it is a psychologist, okay. If it's a friend of yours or someone, it started with a conversation. That's the thing that I'm saying. It started a conversation in a way because, when you started talking about this thing, something shifted. The symbols in your head, they shifted. You can call
Correct.
this motivation. Okay, we can call this
Hmm.
motivation, but it is something that shifts in our heads when we are talking. Like we remake the connections on our head, and the meaning of the things in our head. You remember that you're from the old days as me. You remember
Hmm.
that the thing that we used to play as kid that was an aquarium that you used to press some things and
Oh
then
yeah, the water.
the water and the
Then it
thing
floats a little
it
toy. Yeah,
floats. Yes, yes. It's something like it. You push it when you're talking. You push it. You don't know where the
where's
little
it gonna
circle
land?
is gonna
Yeah,
land, but you are making things move a little bit, and maybe you to feel it to go to the same place that it was before. They press it again, and you press it again, and see somewhere in the line, this thing will hit a good ground. And when it hit the good ground before you, something shifted. You know.
correct.
And this is the same for performance. Like that's why I say to the guys like we need to talk. Ah, Vinny, I don't have nothing to talk about. So we're gonna talk about the same things, bro. Because psychology
Mm.
is not like it's not like a series, a Netflix series. Every
Correct. Yeah.
time has a you have a big spin, you have a you have a big ending, and everything makes sense. No, the
Yeah.
normal experience on psychology is repetition. You know, that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like people want expect too much of it in a way of we are too much attached with this thing on TikTok and in social media. We
Oh
all
gosh.
want
Yeah.
we want entertainment the whole time, and the normal experience when you're doing psychoanalysis repetition is not the big entertainment like when you see those scenes in the movies and about psychoanalysts and psychologists. That's not the experience. You can ask everyone that is a psychologist or is a psychoanalyst in his practice and say, is this what happens in your office every day? And I said, no. This
Mm.
happens once a day with one of my patients in the whole day. The others are just repetition. We gotta wait. You gotta be patient with this thing.
Mm.
Aristotle used to say that we have like he had something in his philosophy about the repetition of things. He used to call this. He had a Greek word for this, which is automaton, which gave the word for automatic, which is the thing about engines. It's
Mm.
all there in Aristotle, back in ancient Greece. So he has said something about the symbols. They do something called automaton. They repeat themselves as a series. And then something comes up, and he calls this tike. I don't know if I'm pronouncing Greek correctly, but it's tike or tike. I don't know. And it's a different meaning that cuts this series of meanings. And when this thing cuts as an event, that's when we get surprised. Then when we're talking just like I say, oh, so that's why I do this. Oh, so this can, and then I can, and then you start making a lot of, like you discover the wheel, of yourself. And then you start making new assumptions, new associations in your brain. You said, okay. And then you walk up out of the room and say, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm try something different. But
Mm-hmm.
for this to happen, you have to have the repetition. You have to sit there every week and blah 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 blah. But we are not we are not meant to do this as a society nowadays. We like everything speedy and entertaining and shining and whatever. You know?
Now I have a question. You talked about
Mm.
patience. Do you see your players as patients, or do you see them as teammates? Because I know the sometimes with doctors they gotta separate friendship
Yeah.
because if they notice they're becoming too much friends with them, they have to like refer them to another doctor, and
Hmm.
so when
I
it
don't
comes
see.
to
I don't see as patience.
you don't see the players as patients, you see them like
No.
brothers.
No, not as
No.
brothers as well.
Okay.
It's a different thing. It's a very good question, by the way, Jeff. It's a very good question.
Yeah.
Because it's different because it's not the same as in my office. Like
Hmm.
people don't know me. The players know things about me. Because I'm living with them. We travel. We were there in
Exactly.
Saudi. We have lunch together. We have breakfast together. We dine together. I was destroying Mowgli on FIFA, and if he listens to this, he's not gonna like it because in the end he won't. But me and Mowgli were playing FIFA the whole day. When we do like a team bonding and stuff like that, we're doing playing FIFA. Uh, and you see that this is not something I have with my patients, in my office. It's different, but there is a distance. There is some sort of a distance that I have to keep, and this is for me is the most difficult part of the job, because this is not a standard place as we learn on the university. On the university, we don't study that much. Like, I didn't have any sports psychology in university. I'm not sure that we even have this on normal degrees in psychology. Not even just in Brazil, but in the US and in Europe. Like, it's not a big field. It's very small, very, 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 very small. Of course, people that work with will say, "Oh, there's a lot of research." Yes, there is, but if you take the amount of research there is there, and take a lot of research on, I don't know, on things about schooling and development of kids or teenagers or drug addiction, and you can say like it's minimal compared to the other fields. So we have to understand a little bit about this place, and I think that one of the biggest jobs and the hardest part of the job is not actually dealing with great losses or big winnings. I kind of think that this is okay to deal with. That question that you made for me, it's the hardest part of the job. 100% for me is how do I stay there? Because I feel this with the guys, I'm there as well as a person, as someone,
Correct.
When we won, I said to myself, I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna hold my ground,
Yeah.
And me and Vivas, we were watching on the side with the television with a little room that they gave us for the staff.
Correct.
And then when they plant the bomb and it was 3v3, Vivas went out and said, okay, this is over. We won. And then Vivas hugged me and he started crying, like he did the biggest thing. When I saw that, I was crying too, and I said, okay, it's gone. And then I go to the stage and I hugged Savage. When I hugged Savage, Savage was covered in tears, and then I cried again. I'm not normally, I don't cry in my office. It's not because I don't feel things. It's because we have a standard there. So in this situation, we don't have an actual standard. So you have to make some calls for yourself. You have to choose your battles. That's the main thing. Like, you have to understand where you can show yourself as a person, which is important. I think it's very important. Sometimes I need to say to the guys, I'm disappointed. Guys, I think I'm a little bit angry. What the hell happened? Why did we play like this? Sometimes I have to show something, and it's part of the job. But it's not about showing your emotions or not showing your emotions. It's where you choose to show them, how you choose to show them, and why are you doing it. That's the main point. Like, you have to question yourself the whole time. So every day I'm questioning myself, where am I? Why am I doing this? Why am I talking about this? Is it okay to talk about this thing? I have to do this calculation in my head the whole time. Because if I be like a robot and like a person that they don't know nothing, and I'm just like there with a cool mind and like a phantom, they're not going to talk to me. Like, I need to be there. So I need to be part of the group, but I have to have 1 foot out.
Correct. Because if not, they won't take you serious when you need them to take you serious.
Yeah.
Because if they see you too much as like a brother, like very friendly, don't worry. I think you lose a little bit of that authority, that position that you have within the team, because they won't take you serious.
Yeah.
When there's moments that they need to take you serious. So you got to set a balance, I think.
Yeah, exactly. You got to set a balance, a boundary there.
Boundaries
and
and
it's
balance.
it's yeah, it's very hard, very very hard, Jeff. I'm being honest with you because I said that
Yeah.
I'm a scientist in my core. Like I don't know if I get this right every time. Like, and there is no
Mm-hmm.
right and wrong here. There is just choices. You do this choice, like you do
Yeah.
this, and then okay, I do that, and okay, you know. But sometimes you gotta take chances. You gotta take chances there because, of course, on the end of the day, I'm working with in this matter. I'm working with performances. In
Correct.
performance, you gotta take chances. You gotta take risks.
Yes.
This goes for me as well. This goes for my field. I gotta take chances. Sometimes I do it right. Sometimes I do it wrong. Sometimes I think overstepped it here. That's
Wow.
not a good call. I was
Yeah.
supposed to be holding, but eh, you gotta see. You gotta take the field to know it.
Things happen. Yeah. It's like Ayrton Senna said one time, you got to go for that gap. If you don't go for
Hmm.
it, you're not gonna proceed.
Yeah,
You got to go
yeah.
for that gap.
And if you are not close, and that's the thing on performance. This is the thing. I'm thinking about this yet. I will write about this one day. I have already talked with a professor from the university here. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
a post PhD. I'll write this experience. I'll try to theorize it in a way.
Mm.
But in my head, I don't think that this gap is going to appear for you as a psychologist, as a performance head coach, or whatever you are. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think that this gap will show to you if you are not there taking the risk, the risk
Correct.
of being there but not being there. If
Mm-hmm.
you're not taking the risk and the players don't see that you are taking the risk with them in a way, I don't think that this gap will appear to you.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't even see the gap. you know, Maybe the gap comes and you don't actually see it. You're not
Yeah.
talking the same language. Maybe there's a gap, but it comes in Greek for you, but you're not speaking Greek, so you don't understand
Yeah.
that this is a gap. And that's the thing. Like, you need to be there taking risks the whole time. So this is performance. It's all about who takes the better risks.
Yeah. Wow. It's crazy. You got a lot of work, brother. You have a lot of work, man. You have a
Yeah, it's
lot
a
of
lot of work.
work.
It's a lot of work, but I love it. I love it.
Yeah. I bet it's
Um,
tough for you because, in the sense that you get attached to these players
yeah.
naturally. And then if someone is let go or go to another team, oh gosh,
Yeah, it's hard.
that's got to be kind of tough
Yeah. Yeah.
because
It's
it's
hard.
like, man, that's my brother. We've been through it. We were in the battles together
Yeah.
through good and through bad. And you start building this relationship. And
Yeah.
sometimes you got to, like, okay, hold on. I gotta step back. Can't let personal
Yeah.
feelings get involved because if not, then I'll lose focus and I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. And it's not also the players. You got there's something in psychology and psychologists always talk about. They try to keep their boundaries very very tight because a lot of times the patient will start automatically building a what's it called, a self codependency
Yeah.
on the
Transference.
yeah
Yeah.
on the doctor. So they're gonna be codependent on you for everything, and it could come to the point they'd be like, "What should I do? Should I go ahead and say yes to her, or should I do this? Should I go to college?" And
Yeah.
then you can't give them you can't tell
Yeah.
them what to do. You got to give them alternatives
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
tell them, there's 10 options. Let's talk about those 10 options you could do.
Yeah.
Deep inside which one is the right one, but
I
you
don't
gotta
actually
put
know. I do actually know.
sometimes, like, okay, I think you should, now focus on
Yeah.
studying or going to
Yeah.
school or doing this. I know you, I
You
don't
know the
know.
drill, Jeff. You're doing some
Yeah.
good questions like that. I was afraid that you're gonna make this question. This is a hard one. I'm still answering them with myself.
Oh,
I'm
really?
I'm still, and I'm not ashamed of this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
because as I said, like I think that should be the position of a scientist, you know, like
Correct.
we should look at things and say this is a hard question. I have a lot of answers for it. I have a lot of hypotheses. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
satisfied with any of them yet. So I'm not going to do and answer it, oh, this is that and that is this, just to feel good about it. Like in science, the better you make the question, the better you are. It's not about answering it. It's about how good you are making questions. This is how science works, you know?
I want to take a quick moment and talk to you about Aspire Energy Drink. Aspire is a healthy energy drink crafted using caffeine from premium green tea with zero sugar or calories. Aspire is refreshingly unextreme energy with only half the caffeine of traditional energy drinks. Just enough energy to give you a pick me up, but never enough to give you crashes, jitters, anxiety, or insomnia. Aspire is one of the most relatable, down to earth energy drink option out there. Visit aspiredrinks.com and use promo code RASCALS to get 20% off your purchase. I do earn a commission when you use the promo code RASCALS, which helps keep the podcast running. Again, go to aspiredrinks.com and use the promo code RASCALS for 20% off.
The answer itself, it doesn't matter. The answer is going to change. The answers are the hypotheses. They will change. But the better you are on making the questions to yourself and to your own practice, that's what matters, you know? So in this field, like sometimes I take myself out of these things. Like I don't like to if this is the org that does this decision with the coach. I'm not part of these things, and I stay out because it doesn't fit with my work, you know. Uh, and I have to have this distance from the org and from the coach as well, from this type of, because this is not my field to make an assumption, you know.
Correct.
I'm
Correct.
just there to make them be the best players that they can be, and if I can help with that, good. But I'm not there to make technical decisions because I don't know the game that much. Even though I think I know the game that much, I'm not going to give any thoughts on that. That's not my job. That's not my field. And sometimes I think people misunderstand this, and they start to make an assumption on this. I
Correct.
see I see sometimes, especially here in Brazil, some in other fields, especially in football, and psychologists like giving opinions on what's going on with the Brazilian team and what should they do and what they should. And I said, bro, you want to be the coach? Just go there and be the coach. You're a psychologist. You're not supposed to be. I mean, that's my opinion. You're not supposed to be there like make an assumption on what's the system that the team. Oh, we should be on a 4-2. We should play on 4-2-2-2 or 4-3-3 or 3-5-2. That's not for us. That's not for us. We don't know the game that much. That need to be humble. There's a coach. This guy's a professional. He knows things. You know, that's not our field. But of course, we feel like when someone's dropped out, I feel it. Especially if I have a connection with the person, I feel it as well. But it's part of the game, you know. It's part of the thing. It's part of the thing, and that's the main passion I have with this as well. Like it's a lot of emotions there, and I'm a Latin person. I'm Brazilian. I love this, you know. I love competition. I love these games. I always loved competition, and I think that's one of the things in drill into it.
I think that runs in Brazilian veins.
Yeah.
It runs in the blood.
In the coffee. They put it on the coffee.
Yeah, it's in the coffee. One of the MMA fighters that I always looked up to was Royce Gracie.
Yeah.
Which, in my opinion, again, I'm telling it to the world, for me, he is the GOAT, the best ever. And I'm going to tell you why. Why? Because Royce Gracie had to fight 3 guys in one night. Okay, Royce Gracie didn't fight one guy and that's it and go to the next. He had to fight 3 men in one night. And this tournament was like this. The Ultimate Fighter was like that for several years, for quite a bit. They had to fight 3 men. Yeah, no timer. There was no timer. There was no timeout. There was no gloves. There was no weight limit.
No
So
weight
he
limit, yes.
he could have been 190 pounds, but he had to fight somebody that was 250 pounds.
Yeah.
There was no weight limit, no nothing. Royce Gracie had to do this on his own. 3 guys in one night. I remember when UFC started, and I was in Puerto Rico at that time. I was studying some jiu-jitsu back then because of him. Because I was like, wow, I want to learn some jiu-jitsu. It was crazy. And then I watched Royce and I said, what the heck? This guy's fighting 3 men. At the end, he had to fight Ken Shamrock. You know, it's like, okay, this guy's gonna. What the heck?
Yeah, a
And-
professional wrestler that
Oh
big, and
my
he was
God.
this thin. I
He
saw
was
that fight.
skinny on top of
Yeah.
that, and he would just beat everybody. And then to get what $100,000 check after that, you know, or I think that was the amount, but it was like, okay, wait 1 second, they're not making that much.
Yeah.
So I mean, he deserved the millions because of him. He built that octagon. He built what UFC is today. Because of him, a lot of the people uses the Brazilian technique and uses his style. And I said, you know, it's in the veins. That competition, that competitiveness, it runs in there.
Did you see the when we won the AWC, and right after, they took us from the arena to another arena, and then we were there, and we made a line, and in the front of the line, I think was Mowgli or June, and I put my hands on his shoulder, and then Twister was in my back, and he put the hand on my shoulder, and out of the blue, everyone was doing like a train.
The
And then I
Brazilian
looked at-
train.
And I looked at Twister and I said, "Oh, we are the Gracie family now."
Yes.
And
That
the
is so
thing-
true.
Yeah, and the
Gracie
thing
used to do
happened-
that to enter.
Yeah, yeah, and the thing happened like the whole time this clicked there, and we looked at each other and said, "No, don't let go. We're going to do the whole thing like this." And if you look at us, we are going from a stage to another, all in the Gracie way of walking. Like,
Wow.
it is interesting you talking about Royce Gracie, and I remember this.
Oh man, I remember that. I remember Royce Gracie going into the octagon.
Yeah,
and
with the hoodie on,
yes,
looking down. Yes,
looking out. Yes,
that's
and
the
they will fight
activation.
with their uniforms. Everything he will fight with his uniform.
Yeah.
Now
yeah.
everybody's wearing shorts. You know,
Yeah.
no shirt.
That's part of the activation that we're talking about. You know.
Get that mind focused. Get it
Yeah,
activated.
always the
Click.
same thing,
to
always the same
100%.
drill. Yeah, yeah.
I wonder if now a lot of orgs are gonna start hiring team psychologists because they're like, wait, there's something about the Brazilians that are freaking good. I'm almost on every sport. Come on now. I mean, you guys are so freaking good in Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah, I don't know why.
It's
why
like,
they
I don't
do-
know what it is. I don't know what it is. I mean, they're phenomenal players. Now, you do got some players that are non-Brazilian that are like super good. You know, like Shaiko, he's French, and you know, got those guys. But usually, the Brazilians they win. They just out there to
Yeah.
win. W7M. I remember when W7M faced FaZe in the Invitational in Brazil. Oh my God! You know, so it was like the craziest thing, and how the way it was played, their techniques. Brazilians is, and you know what? The NA players, the American teams, they see it. They're like, wow, we got to learn. You know, and they learn the tricks, they learn the strategies, and they try to mix it. And but the Brazilian teams are just so smart.
Yeah,
And I think, like I said, it has to be in the coffee. It's got something's in the coffee.
we're
something.
on to something here. We need
Yeah.
to research this coffee. Something
Audit
about
and
that.
Senna with the racing. Rainbow Six Siege. Jeez, you name it. It's just
Yeah.
soccer. It's like it's born. Like you guys always on that lock-in mode.
Yeah, Yeah.
It's wild. I'm thinking these teams, these orgs are going to start probably hiring somebody. If they don't have, I think they should have one. I think they
I
should
agree.
consider having a team psychologist because it helps out so much. The
Yeah.
morale in the team helps everybody get together. There's
Yeah.
a dispute between some of the players. That's
Mm-hmm.
when you enter in to help out
Mm-hmm.
and calm things
Damage
down.
control. Yep.
Yes, it's so
Yep.
much stuff. Get these guys motivated. Get their minds set and ready and
Mm-hmm.
focused. There's a lot
Yep.
to it. A lot of times in the NFL, what we call football, American football,
Yep.
because
Yep.
in Brazil, I'm
It's
sure they
different.
call it
Soccer.
football. Yeah,
Yeah.
soccer. They bring motivational speakers to talk to the players, to get them
Mm-hmm.
motivated, get them
Mm-hmm.
pumped up,
Mm-hmm.
get them, focused. So I see that. I see that on the show called Hard Knocks, if I'm not mistaken. So
Mm-hmm.
I get to see him. I'm like, okay, why are they bringing this guy in? And then he just bringing them to talk to them and get them focused and get them pumped up,
Mm-hmm.
ready for
Yep.
for the big one, for
Yep.
even for the season. So
Yep.
a lot of these teams have team psychologists, and it's so
Someone
important.
doing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so important. I kind of I admire that. I admire Team Secret for doing that, having you on. I mean,
Ah,
it's
me
it's
too.
phenomenal.
Yeah, and Team
Phenomenal.
Secret has always been 100% on board and supportive of with this. Like the guys there, that they truly believe in it, and that's the thing. Like when you do hire someone, don't hire as a firework man. Like a fire
Yeah.
truck. They come just to get the fire off. Because this is normally when we are called. When
Hmm.
people go to a psychologist, is because something's wrong.
There's a
It's okay
problem.
with this,
Yeah.
yeah. But if you are an org and you're thinking about it, don't think this as only like when things are bad. Like this needs to have structure, time. You know, uh,
Hmm.
me and Twister were together. Me, Twister, and Savage were together from the beginning. Like this is 3 years ago. You know,
Mm.
this job didn't build itself from night to day. Like it's 3 years of work, of of making a culture and understanding and having these things. Like in the beginning wasn't easy to get the guys to talk. Normally players don't want to talk to psychologists. They don't like it normally. But
Yeah, they get kind of
yeah,
sensitive about it because they don't talk, they don't feel comfortable. Some may have bad experiences with some
yeah,
psychologists,
yeah,
so it's just like, oh, okay, here we go. Somebody wants to medicate
yeah.
me or whatever.
Or
You know, s-
someone did that thing that I told you, put the patterns in front of the individuality
mhm.
with the guy, so the guy feels like you're teaching me something, like you don't respect myself as a person. Like I am the player here. Why are you telling me how am I supposed to be a pro? This happens a lot. So this is the thing. Like it is a ground job. Like it takes time. So if
Yeah,
the org wants one, bear with them. Understand the job, talk with them, see how it's done, but don't expect things to be instant, because that's not how it goes.
wow. You talk to the owner quite a bit
Yeah, from time to time.
from time to time.
Yeah,
I,
but
I
it's
should
not.
bring.
No.
I'm gonna try to bring him on.
Oh,
On the
John?
pod. Yeah.
Yeah,
What I
all
think it
right.
was his gamer tag was his Cipher or something like that.
Zypher, yes, yes.
Cipher. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can bring him on. That'll be fun
Nice,
to talk
nice.
to. So we get
Yeah, I
all.
talk him from time to time, but normally we kind of we do this, and this happens to every org. It's not only Secret, because I work with other orgs. I
Oh,
work for
really?
Evil, yeah, I worked for Evil Genesis in Dota some time. I work now with Heroic in Dota. I've worked uh, with Luna Galaxy, was Saudi one with Dota as well. So I've been around with, and this is normal because like they have the whole operation, and every operation has its own problems, its own things, and normally
Mm,
there's a structure here. Not everything needs to go all the way up.
right.
Mainly almost 95% of the things we kind of resolve them in between each other, and there is always a connection from the org and the team. Like normally it's the manager or the coach that goes and do this. So there's a structure there. So
I was gonna ask you about that. So there's no conflict of interest that you're a team psychologist, but you could be team psychologist for any other team as well. Is that
for
part of the
me,
contract? Yeah.
for me, if it's another game, it's
Correct.
another universe, you know.
Oh, okay. So it's
But
totally different. Doesn't have to
yeah,
do.
yeah,
Okay.
I don't. No, no, no. Because of course there's a conflict of interest. Like I don't work for two orgs on the same game. You know,
Oh, okay.
even
I
though
see now.
they are in different regions, I don't do this. You know, if I'm
Okay.
working for Rainbow Six, I'm working for Secret Rainbow Six. That's it.
That's it.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to work for any other org. If I work for another one, then I have to leave this one. You know.
Oh, okay.
So, but if it's another game, it's like I don't know. You
Different
hire
players.
me,
Yeah. Different.
yeah, you
Yeah.
hire me to work with the Boston Celtics, and then you hire me to work with the New York Yankees. It's another
Okay.
scenario.
So it can't. Okay. So it has to be a different org on a different game. It can't be, for an example. Let's say, as an example, Team Phase. You're with Team Secret and you
Hmm.
do with Rainbow Six Siege, but Phase has, let's say, for instance, another game.
Hmm.
Though also they do Rainbow. Can you still work for them
Oh,
on that sense? You understand what I mean?
yes, I understand. I understand. I think this needs to be talked with the two parts. You know, see how
Right.
they feel about it. But it
Though
depends on
you're not with the same
no,
game, but it's with a different. Yeah, because that's
no.
tough because yeah, there's a
Because
lot of
Reich
teams.
is not playing on Rocket League and not playing on Rainbow Six. You know,
Hmm.
they have like CS, and they have Dota, and
Yeah,
they have some
Counter
others.
Strike.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
because
they are
Counter
not.
Strike has a lot of orgs.
Yep,
There's quite a bit of
a
orgs.
lot, a lot of them.
A lot of orgs. That game is
But
really
all
popular.
of this for me, it's all talkable and discussable. Like if
Yeah,
there's no problem with the two parts, I don't see a problem. But I see a problem with the same game. Like for me,
correct.
that
Yeah,
this doesn't make sense.
yeah. No, I agree. I agree. Yeah, you're gonna work for one team, and that's gonna and it's for
Yeah.
Rainbow, and that's it. That's the only team you're gonna help out for.
Yes, 100%.
Which I totally agree with you. That's really awesome. So, man, what do you do for your spare time after all work and you're home? You're with family. What's your hobbies? What do you do? Please don't tell me
Uh,
gaming. I asked that to Marlon. I said, well, Twister.
uh,
I said, what do you do? He said, no, I just game. I said, that's it.
nah,
Out of all the stuff.
I read a lot. I like to read a lot, so it's part of my
Okay.
job as well. Uh, I like to run.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I ran a marathon last year in Buenos Aires. So
Oh,
I like doing some activity, some physical activity. I like
get your
this as well.
mind out. Just get your
Yeah,
mind out.
just
Run.
just do something with the body, you know. Um, I play as well. Normally, I play Dota, as I said. That's
Okay.
the thing that I do. But this is just to make me angry
Yeah, 'cause
because I'm
some
not
games
that
that's what
good.
they
And,
do.
and
Some
Dota
ga-
is hard. Dota is hard. I don't know. Dota is
you
hard.
ran a marathon. What shoes do you use?
Huh? What?
What running shoes do you use?
Oh, I have Adidas. I have New Balance.
Oh, okay.
I have Nike. But normally, nowadays I have On as well. I have some different ones, but nowadays I would say New Balance. I
New
think it's
Balance is a really good
yeah,
brand. Good brand.
they I don't actually like their shoes for daily life, but
Yeah.
for running, I don't think they're beautiful. I think they're ugly,
Yeah.
but their technology is amazing. Like they
Yeah,
do
there
the
is.
job. They do the job. You know,
I
I
use
would say
Asics.
ASICS. Yes, yes.
I use what's called the Kayanos. Here, I'll show it to you.
Kayanos.
Give me one second. I'm gonna
Yes.
show it to you real quick. These are the ones I use. It's the
Oh yeah.
Cayanos.
This
Cayanos.
is the 27,
The 30s.
30,
I
30.
got the
Oh, it's
30s, and then I got these. I just don't like the color too much, but these are the 31s,
oh, I see. I
the
see.
Cayanos. They're very
Never used one of
cushiony.
those.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, I pronate, so when I land, it goes a little bit
Hmm.
inwards. So when I went to
It's
get running shoes, they said a lot of times a lot of people get the wrong running shoes, and not every running shoes is fit for every type of feet.
yeah,
So when you're
yeah.
landing and you're running, if it goes inward, you need shoes that help
High
you with
one.
pronation. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it balances it out.
Yeah.
So on the bottom, you will see it's like more flat than anything.
Yeah.
So when you're stepping, you don't go inward. It helps you
It
balance
helps you
out.
balance. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
New Balance has some that are like that.
the
They help with
1080.
the pronation. Yeah.
The 1080, I think.
You
I
got the
have one of them.
1080s? Yeah,
Yeah.
they're really good.
Yeah, they are. I have them
They're
one.
very good. Oh, those. That was the one I was thinking about getting.
Yeah.
Cause
This
if I'm not
one.
mistaken, those will also help for pronations. If I'm not
Yes,
mistaken,
yes. I
to
have
help with your step.
a neutral stepping, but this is a beast. Like it's big. I don't like big shoes. I normally use the little one,
Yeah,
like the flat ones. This one is for the Adidas Pro. This one is for the when I have like a proper run and I'm doing like a something big or
like a
proof.
marathon, you're trying to train real good.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
use those.
this is
Yeah,
the one, but this is small, it's light. I
very
don't
light. Yeah,
actually like big ones, heavy
yeah.
ship cruiser type of running
You know
shoes.
who
But
started that? Hookahs, man.
yeah,
The hookahs, yeah.
it's
Hookah.
really
They're very
yeah,
thick. And then ASICS started
yeah,
doing the
yeah,
same thing. You notice all these
yeah,
brands making them like look like very like you're walking on marshmallows or something like really
yeah.
huge.
I don't like this. I feel, but I really like the 1080.
Yeah.
The
No.
1080 and the Nova Blast from ASICS. Those two, I actually felt good with them wearing. They're the only two like big cushions one that I liked.
Yeah. New Balance, they're like in the top 3 in the United States. They're like really good.
Hmm.
They're not as
Yeah.
cute and beautiful, but they have some now.
Yeah.
They remodeling a lot of them now. If you go to their website, you see them, and you just see they're like, wow, these are
Yeah.
more up to date. Looks more for like the youth. The colors are there. They make it a really
Hmm.
stylish. That you're like, okay, this looks nice.
Yeah.
If you notice, they make the end really big. They try to change it up, get more young people to buy them.
Yeah.
They need to make it look attractive because if it looks really ugly, people sometimes just won't buy it. They don't care if it performs good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you got those that are very loyal. If it performs good and it's good for
That's
you,
the thing.
that's it. I'm
But
going for that.
that's you're talking only for runners, you know. If
Yeah,
someone is just like, oh, I want to try running, they will look at the good looking shoe, you know. So Nike,
yeah,
Adidas, they will show up.
yeah. I think
Yeah.
yeah.
And
So
I
I
do
bet.
this in chess, and I play some chesses from time to
Oh
time.
yeah,
I
really,
like
chess?
chess
I
as well.
can't. I can't get into chess. I tried. My mind
I
is
love
like,
it.
okay. The thing is, I do have ADHD,
Oh, I see.
so I will lose focus really quick. Something happen. Oh, what's that? And to read a book, it takes me like a year.
I
Now
know.
I could listen to audiobooks like crazy. I could go through audiobooks
Yeah,
for
I've
some
heard
odd
this on The
reason.
Office. Yeah,
I could go through 4 or 5 audiobooks like you don't imagine. I
yeah,
get hooked until I finish it. But when it comes to reading a book,
yeah. It's hard. It's hard.
it's very hard.
You
And
gotta train for it. This is
yeah, I
like
got to try.
hard.
I went to the doctors and they tried to prescribe me some medication to help me out.
Hmm.
And it did help me when I was young, when I was in high school. It got my grades all the way up. As an adult, you still have it. It doesn't go away. So they tried to, give me some medications, the doctors, and then it didn't work. So I just went more into the natural route. and naturally kind of helped me out a little bit, but it's more like training yourself to stay
Yeah.
focused, get yourself locked in, finish this page. Don't look at your phone. Don't get distracted. Turn off
Yeah,
certain
it's
things,
hard.
because you're trying to train yourself into doing something that you're not used to for so many years,
Yeah.
So exercise is really good for it too. So I do a lot of running and jogging and walking a lot. So that kind of like helped out. So yeah, I do all that. So, oh man. So that's a good hobby. I bet you do that
Yeah.
quite a bit. So it helps you out, get your mind off all the stress and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. Sometimes it's stress myself, but it's part of the job.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
You have kids too or no kids?
No, I don't have kids. No.
Okay, good. You might want to wait down the road. And if you do get kids, I'm sure they're going to be gamers as well. They might go-
Yeah, I'll see. Depends on my wife. She's not a gamer, but
She's
she
not?
understand. No, she's not.
She doesn't play Nintendo? My wife loves Mario.
No, she
No?
can't. She can't play jack
Nothing.
shit. Nothing.
She's
It
not a
wasn't-
psychologist?
No, she is a psychologist as well.
Really? In the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
field? Okay,
Same
cool.
field. Yes. Yes.
It's really funny because I'm in the medical field. I do EKGs and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm concentrated in that. And my wife is a nurse, but she's a manager of all the unit.
Oh.
So she's also in the same field. So it's kind of
Yeah,
funny.
it's the same thing.
Yeah, same thing. So,
Can't imagine the fights.
oh gosh, imagine. Well, listen, brother, I want to thank you so much, and I know the time is of essence, and you've got a busy schedule. I want to thank you so much for coming on the pod. It's truly an honor. I know we could keep on talking,
I see.
but
Yeah.
I give everybody a minute that comes on to give your socials to the world because I got listeners in over 60 countries and plus. So let everybody where they could find you, what are your socials, everything. Go for it. Stage is yours.
All right. Thank you for having me. It was a different experience. First one, liked it very much. That was a very chill conversation, as you said. Thank you for having me. So I'm not a very social media guy. I don't actually do that much. I have only my Twitter, which is Vini Carossi. That's the place where I talk only about esports and stuff like that. So I would recommend people to go there if they want to see something, they want to talk about something, and they want to see a little bit about what I'm doing in my field. That's the place where I put things there. I'm a kind of an old dude. Although I'm a digital guy, I'm still very analogic in some ways.
Good, man. Thank you. Well, folks, his Twitter is Vini Carossi. If I pronounce it right,
Carossi, yes.
is Vini, and the last name is Carossi. Please follow him there. He is phenomenal
Thank you.
human being, and please give him a follow. Thank you so much for tuning in, folks. Thank you, Vinny. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Okay.
Jeff. Thank you. It was a very pleasant experience.
Amen. Viva Brasil! Viva Brasil. Okay, folks. Till next time, God bless. Peace.
Thank you for listening to this episode on the Rascals Lounge podcast, and please don't forget to follow us on X and on your favorite podcast platform.